I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning, everyone. Right.
Mike's gonna read today. I got a sore throat.
Okay.
Board of Commissioners motion to suspend the approval of the November 30th, 2023 regular meeting minutes.
Second, roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Do we have that proclamation? Please, if you would.
I'll get it.
Do you know if they're coming in?
Yeah, she called me this morning. They were gonna be here. I told her we start right at 9, cause she said she was gonna get here about 8:45, and I said, that's fine, but we can't start before 9. She goes, oh, okay, so we'll get there about 10 till, so. Huh?
Still need signs.
Okay.
Put it in that sign. Everything.
Alright. Okay.
Is she, is that is the person, is she here? She's good, Teresa's supposed to be here?
Paula.
Oh,
Paula?
I wasn't sure who, I thought you maybe.
Oh, no. No. Oh, that's Elaine.
Oh. Let me call Paula and see where she is.
Okay, so not yet, all right. And we go back.
Because we can do, if we wait, we can do Jackie first.
Hey, you know,
Hey, are you guys here yet?
we're right by the building right now.
Okay. All right, we'll be waiting for you. Okay?
Okay, sorry.
That's okay, bye.
Hey, Jackie, are you ready?
Morning.
Good morning, how are you this morning?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Any comments?
No comments. I think, we're good to go, no discussion. Unless the board has questions.
So the 120 is what we did the last couple years?
Yes.
Okay, right.
So, yeah, this is just the finalizing that.
Okay, great.
Board of Commissioners approve annual contribution to the Ohio State University Extension Program of Portage County in the amount of $120,000 as recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
In accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and the Board's Resolution 21-0396 and this Board's Resolution 21-0878, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the County Administrator's approval to make a motion to direct the Auditor's Office to pay and process the November 30th, 2023 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the County Auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion to process the November 30th, 2023 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Authorize the application to the Ohio Department of Development, Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant Program for project number MV-021-160, Village of Manaway Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation for the Village of Manaway Public Sewer System in Portage County for the Portage County Water Resources Department.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Advance repayment from Fund 1412 JFS Help Me Grow allocation to Fund 0001 General Fund.
Okay, I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Authorize the application and agree to enter into a FY 2024 competitive grant solicitation between the Board of Portage County Commissioners on behalf of the Adult Probation and the Supreme Court of Ohio for local court case management system upgrades for adult audit drug courts.
Okay, I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion to transfer from Fund 0001 General Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Thank you, Jackie. Mike, go ahead, move to miscellaneous, please.
Absolutely. I'm on it.
Gotcha.
Moving there. Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the kennel disposition report and intake report for November 20th, 2023 through November 26th, 2023, as presented by Chief Dog Warden David McIntyre.
Okay, I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion in accordance with Ohio Revised Code, Section 325.33. The Board of Commissioners sign the Certificate of Title Administration Fund indicating that excess funds for the year 2022 in the amount of $1,051,070 will be paid into Fund 0001 from Fund 1001 10015-019 project 910000 to original 001-00002 project 280000 as presented by the Portage County Clerk of Courts, Joe Finkhauser.
Can you reread that? I didn't get all that. I'm just kidding. I'll second.
And you all have to laugh at that.
You can be asked to leave now.
She is so, she's funny, she's funny.
Yeah, I normally get stuck with it. So I'm
Continue
loving
on.
it.
Well, I'm done.
Number 3.
I second.
We have to do this.
Roll
Your
call.
roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the amended certificate of estimated resources dated November 28, 2023, as presented by the Portage County Budget Commission.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
And a resolution appointing of Scott Flynn to the Portage County Law Library Resource Board.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
Come on up.
Good morning.
We do have a resolution for you. Maybe you should read this, because this is dedicated to seniors.
Oh.
No, I'm a senior.
As a silver
Pro-
fox.
pro-
He's got the white hair.
Proclamation via Santa to a senior. Whereas Home Instead Senior Care Partners and local nonprofits and community organizations identify seniors who might not otherwise receive gifts for the holiday season. Home Instead then works with local businesses, retailer stores to facilitate and purchase and distribute gifts by placing trees and ornaments within the various locations. Each senior gift request is written to be a Santa to seniors ornamental
And to be a Santa to a Senior program in Portage County has been giving back to the community for 20 years. And whereas older Ohioans play an important role in families and communities through their experiences, knowledge, talents, and wisdom, and should be remembered during each Christmas season, now therefore it be resolved.
That the Portage County Board of Commissioners is proud to recognize the efforts of Quail Care LLC, Home Instead Senior Care in Portage County, as they honor and remember our senior citizens with gifts and companionship at Christmas through the Be a Santa to a Senior program. And be it further resolved that the Portage County Board of Commissioners encourages all residents to remember our senior citizens through the year, but particularly during the Christmas season. Signed by your county commissioners.
Thank you.
That's so
beautiful. You wanna come up here?
Come on up so we can get pictures.
Yes. That was a nice article. Did you see it in the Yes,
Yes,
it was beautiful.
And we're gonna bring you over to the other side.
By me.
All right.
I'll be the rose.
Aw.
Oh, boy.
Okay, we got a few.
Got it?
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, you got my bad side.
Thank you.
I'll get one of
Thank
these.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna check my calendar too.
Oh, your mom be coming?
much.
Oh my
Good
gosh,
to
she
see you.
loved it last year. Yeah, she loved it. Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
That'll keep her out of trouble, Joan. I'll keep her out of trouble.
She was such a joy.
Morning, Jennifer.
JFS.
Are we ready?
Yes, ma'am, we are. I was gonna say, come up here.
Come on, Vanessa.
I like when you have the speaking parts too.
Oh, thank you.
We ready?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right, so the first item on the open agenda was our September, October data report. Just a few things for point of reference. On the first page, as you know, we're participating on a national level with Medicaid unwinding. And so as of the end of October, we had 34,861 residents in Portage on Medicaid. And that number last year was 37,146. So we are seeing a decrease of individuals coming off of Medicaid as a result of the unwinding related to COVID. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. In the net transportation, and so that's all of our efforts at JFS to ensure that we get transportation connected to the residents. You can see in this year, October, we had 469 calls come in relevant to transportation needs from our agency. And last year at that time, we had 231. So the need has doubled in a year. So we know from prior conversations that we have transportation insecurities in the community. I just wanted you to be aware of that. We hosted our first job fair for drivers specifically at our Ohio Means Jobs location, and we had 16 individuals in the community interested in becoming drivers for various
That's
employers. Yeah, so we'll
That's
have another
promising.
one December, so hopefully we'll connect drivers with agencies, organizations. That's all I had on page 1 and page 2 in the public assistance arena. I really didn't have, there's not a lot of variance in our workforce with our work experience programs. I will say on page 3, it's called SNAP E&T, and that's, SNAP is food assistance, employment and training, so individuals on food assistance are required to participate with us through our jobs program. So if you see in October, we had an 81% participation rate, and last year at this time it was 35%. So we're doing well as far as trying to provide meaningful education and training supports to those individuals. Moving forward to Child Protective Services, where it says Children's Services, parallel. Last year at this time, 173 kiddos in care in October, and as of the end of October this year, 173 kiddos in care. As of Monday, 171 children. So in that space, we're not increasing the kids in our custody. We know that the needs are more vast and the costs relevant to placement are higher, but the numbers are pretty stable. And then the last category that I was going to highlight for you all is under the Human Resources tab. As of the end of October, there were 192 employees at JFS. And again, we've referred about 4 or 5 over the last week for new employment. Last year at this time, we had 181 employees. So we are growing in our workforce.
That goal is what, 200?
212.
212.
212. And that's all the highlights I had, unless you had specific questions on any of our 4 divisions.
I do not.
Okay. The second one
No,
is,
I'm good.
you good? Okay, I'm
my
sorry.
chopped liver? You didn't ask?
Yes,
I knew you would speak up.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Good, okay. I shared with you maybe 2 months ago, that we, a few community leaders, directors, helped to create this Portage 50-plus community group. It was originally named Portage Senior Community Support Group, and so we renamed it. At any rate, this group consists of many social service agencies that serve seniors, and we had decided that we wanted to create a survey as a community group to be able to poll our seniors to really understand what needs that they have. So this is the survey that this group has created. We were able to roll this out to the community in late September, early October. So basically the survey asks the senior their age, the zip code for which they live, what services they're currently receiving, are their transportation needs being met, what unmet services or needs do they have, and then are they aware of United Way 211 and other support services or supportive agencies in the community. And so we had, through Direction Home Care and other agencies, they took these surveys out into the field with them and provided those to seniors, and we got 13 responses. And so in that results, relevant to the results, I'm not going to go through every section. Transportation, while in one category it alludes that it's being met, it was also identified as an unmet need for seniors. Chore services, so in-home services to help seniors with their maintenance of their home, meal services, and housing services. So they were all identified as a need, and when they left their name and number, we outreached to them to see how we could connect them to services. And so anyways, we're gonna continue to do these on a monthly, and then when we present our quarterly surveys to you from JFS, we're also gonna present this to you on a quarterly basis. I'm just giving you a 1 month snapshot of it.
How are these disseminated?
In the field, so the workers, Direction Home Care works predominantly with seniors, our Adult Protective Services workers. So this first round went out physically to homes. I'm gonna pivot to a survey, or how we're gonna do it in the future, but this first round was more hand delivered.
And we got 13. Did they stand there and help them, or did they just say, here, goodbye?
No, they were available to them if they encouraged them to do it because we want to gauge again what the
I
needs
just
are.
think that's low.
Yeah,
I should know the answer to this question, but how many zip codes do we have in Portage County?
I don't know the answer to that question, so we both don't
You know that?
one.
Can we look it up real quick?
No, I was just curious, because the one that I'm seeing is mostly the Ravenna area. There are of 8, and there's a bunch of others, and so if we're giving the survey to people that we already serve,
Correct.
therefore we're not getting seniors that are not served.
We can always
Well,
go to like
yeah.
senior centers.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff like
that's
that.
my curiosity.
Yeah.
We,
with that.
these are similar to our cards, so we're gonna make these available, in the community. And
Well, see,
All of
that's-
us seniors, citizens, you show us how to
That's a
use a
good
QR
idea.
code?
So we have to log in there.
I need some help with my phone.
Say I'm old.
paper surveys and the QR surveys are gonna be available throughout the community.
Let's see if I can do this today.
Yeah, we're gonna put them in libraries, we're gonna put them in senior centers, we're gonna far reach as far as where we're gonna put this survey in the future. We did a initial dry run with the providers at the table, but our goal is to get this out to all corners of the county, so.
You know,
we
I've
can
got that
understand.
daughter that
Yeah.
does this, and she's 30 years old, and she has to help me still with these QRC codes.
Well, I have paper
So-
surveys if you would like to
So,
complete one.
yes, I do.
Okay.
So that, and the reason I say that is a lot of folks that aren't used to, that are above,
Technology.
I think the 50 group that
Yeah.
you've identified as seniors has a problem with that.
Yes,
And they look at it and it's like, there's words that are all small syllables that they use as soon as they see that, and they don't do it.
absolutely. So that's why the one paper survey you saw will be
Yeah.
available out in the community for those that want larger print and like paper and envelopes.
That's not insulting.
You know
Yeah.
what? I think I'm hearing Commissioner Badalamenti sign up, he needs services.
I do.
Well, you have to
Computer services.
leave your name and number on one of those.
Have you,
envelopes.
have you seen him drive?
Bumper,
Just saying.
bumper pull. No, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So we're excited to have a survey for our senior citizens in Portage, and then you will be able to see the results of these on a quarterly basis. And hopefully you also see the expansion
I
of.
like that.
Great.
I like it.
Very good, thank you.
The next piece in your packet is another QR code, but this relates to a community resource guide. So back in 2016, when I was first here at the agency and we started to work with interns, we created a community resource guide through an internship project, and we used it in our agency because our social workers and case managers are often out in the field and need readily available resources. And so fast forward, there was a community group that brought up our community resource guide as a best practice. They loved it and they wanted to work with us to enhance it and make it available to Portage County. So we're very flattered. So over the last 6 months, we worked with a number of community partners, including United Way 211, which is also the hub of information in all communities. And we enhanced this resource guide. It's about 50 pages in length. What we want to do is send out a press release to the community and let them know that the resource guide is available, as well as 211 for all their community resource needs. And so there'll be links on community agencies' websites if people want to print this out. But what's really nice for those that are in the field is if they're out with a family in their home and they need to know something related to recovery services, they can scan on this QR code. It drives them right to the resource guide and it's at their fingertips. So we think we were really innovative and collaborative. Again, there was probably 10 agencies that worked together to enhance this. So we'd like to send this out in a press release. Hopefully the press will pick it up so that we can get resources to our residents in Portage County more readily, I should say, than what's available.
Remember the 211 book we used to carry around?
Well, and truth be told, and no offense to 211, was we funded that JFS at like $275,000, and so when I came, we did not want to fund it anymore, which is why we created our own. But I think now this is a nice collaborative. We don't have to spend the dollars. And then there's also a link to this community resource guide that if there's new agencies that come out in the community or agencies that leave, if they update our program specialists in JFS, we can instantaneously update the material. So did you do it?
This is easier than all the others.
I thought you didn't know how to do it.
I know start.
Well, he
Okay.
tells you that.
I've got one that I can't get going.
So see, you're
Very
in there,
good,
right?
very good.
It's
We got-
lovely.
we got-
Good. And so if you have a change or an add-on, then there's a way that you can also link to that and it'll immediately update. So I just wanted
Thank
to
you.
bring it to your attention. Questions on that?
Wow.
I'm moving through
No,
my
I'm
that's
done
awesome.
now.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
very
like it a
good,
lot.
very good.
discussion on adoption. There's no attachment. We have 24 kiddos eligible to be adopted. And we have one specific worker in that space. I'm not coming to you to ask for another worker, but we've worked with a lady by the name of Kim Stewart through Northeast Ohio Adoption Services for many years, and she's retiring. She has been a blessing to this team as far as under the contract that she has. We'd like to establish an MOU with her for the year of 2024 to fast track and get our kids adopted. We've met with probate court. We have streamlined processes established there, but we really want to move to permanency with our 24 kids. And so the fact that she's retiring and she would not need insurance benefits, I don't want to add another position to our payroll. I wanted to bring it to your attention because that's something we don't have to RFP for because it's under $50,000, but we'd like to align like $25,000 for those supportive services to try to get these kids to permanency in 2024. So
And you have that in your budget then, Kelly Jo?
absolutely,
And she's likes this idea to
she loves
kind of
it.
do it part-time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it wouldn't even be part-time employment, so we don't have to move in that space either.
Okay.
She would be a individual provider. We're not displacing any other
Contract.
provider or services.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
so-
gonna be a provider.
Yeah, yeah. So
Very cool.
after the first of the year, she doesn't retire until January. I'd really like to engage with her in that relationship so that we can report out, because we've been averaging 1 or 2 kids finalizations of adoption per month. We've had a lull
Wow.
because we had somebody leave, but we want to move kids into permanency in 2024. So we think this is a good way, and I just didn't want to blindside you with an MOU that came before you after the first
Keep us up to
meeting.
date on that one.
Yeah, I will, absolutely.
Yep.
And then the last thing is a packet. We have worked with Alicia Moyer and Jackie and Sue Vanessa and I and the Portage 50 Plus team to get this healthy aging application ready to go out to providers to be fair and transparent. And so I can take my name off. It was just a draft letter, but this would be the cover letter that we would send out to all the providers that we know of working with seniors. We've identified as a group of the services we want to offer under the grant: case management, food assistance, including home delivered meals, care coordination, transportation. Digital inclusion is getting the internet and iPads and those things into seniors' homes. Health and wellness, rent and home ownership assistance, utility assistance, homeowner tax assistance, and home repairs. So if you're in support of us moving forward after today, I would send this out to that committee. I don't know what I dropped. I would send that out to the committee members and ask them if they're interested in providing that service. They would have to submit this application to the county. We would review those applications and then move forward with working with Jackie and her team to finalize those so we can get applications out to seniors before the first of the year.
Kelly Jo, just for the audience and people that are listening, how much money did we get for aging?
$457,000.
So that'll be a lot of good use.
Yeah. And the email will also go out to senior centers so they can apply to get funds for health and wellness. But again, those providers that want to provide a service, we know many that want to step up and do it, but to be fair and transparent, I think this is a good way to get the provider's application out, finalize, and then pivot to getting the application out to the seniors by the first of the year so we can start to service them.
And we have all the email addresses from every senior center in the county?
We do.
That sounds like a great idea.
Streets will be happy to hear this. They've been looking for it. Good.
That was the last thing I had. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that, and we'll
Thank you.
move forward in that space.
And I'm really happy that that's that easy to get on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, Michelle's HR today.
All right.
I am. Everything seemed pretty straightforward until I do have an executive session toward the end.
Okay.
If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
In accordance with section 305.30 of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396, Part 9I, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval to make a motion to authorize to promote Madeline George to HR Generalist Payroll Specialist, Portage County Job and Family Services, to be effective as of Monday, January 1, 2024. The Board of Commissioners agrees that this hire is contingent upon the applicant passing the required pre-employment screening.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion to authorize the 3-day internal posting of the full-time PCSA Administrative Assistant for Portage County Job and Family Services with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion to authorize to hire Nicole Wallner for SSW4 Portage County Job and Family Services to be effective as of Monday, December 11th, 2023. The Board of Commissioners agrees that this hire is contingent upon the applicant passing the required pre-employment screenings.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion to authorize the hire of Jadine Mulhen for Clinical Services Manager, Portage County Job and Family Services, to be effective as of Monday, December 11th, 2023. The Board of Commissioners agrees that this hire is contingent upon the applicant passing the required pre-employment screenings.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion to authorize to promote Jennifer Chrisley to Child Support Specialist, Portage County Job and Family Services, to be effective as of Monday, December 11th, 2023. The Board of Commissioners agrees that this hire is contingent upon the applicant passing the required pre-employment screenings.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion to authorize the 3-day internal posting of a full-time SSW2 for Portage County Job and Family Services with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 121.22G4. The Board of Commissioners move into executive session to review bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. All right, we're gonna ask everybody to leave for a few minutes.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Is there any action?
We're gonna consider no
No.
action. All right, thank you, Dave.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Okay,
Bye, Dave.
County Administrator.
So you will see in front of you the updated travel reimbursement policy.
Did you steal mine?
I have an extra.
I have another one. Happy to give you. There you are.
You need one?
I've got two of them. Mike's got two of them.
Also,
Can you
here
give that to
is,
Michelle?
you can take one.
We've got,
Okay. Take one and pass it over. Basically, that is the resolution in order to adopt this policy.
you
This
got 2
allows,
pages there?
Yeah.
we clean up the language a little bit. We also allow the use of a cab and or Uber or Lyft. You know, if not everyone travels just in the state of Ohio, right? If you go to a conference or seminar out of state, you generally need a cab or a Lyft or an Uber to and from the hotel. Well, that needs to be specifically stated that that's covered, as well as any applicable tip. So we needed to just update the policy to reflect that.
Okay.
So I did that, and I think that's about it. Not to exceed 20%, which is standard verbiage. Any questions on that?
No, ma'am.
No, but
Good
that's
job.
really what we needed to
Yep.
clear that up.
Yeah, it really
Thank you
was.
for working on that.
We're good.
Okay, if you could, Mike, if you could read that.
I would be
resolution.
more than happy to.
Thank you.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners approve the adoption of the amended Portage County Personal Policy Manual, Section 14, Travel and Expense Reimbursement.
Second?
Roll call.
Mike?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you. Number 2.
So I did receive a request from the Sheriff's Department regarding purchase of vehicles. We do have 2 quotes. I was waiting on a resolution so that I would know exactly where they are getting the funding for these vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that exactly yet, so what I would say is I'm not 100% prepared to move forward on that right now, so
What type of
when I come back
vehicles
to you.
are we talking about?
Oh.
Patrol cars?
Tahoes.
Tahoe?
So they're 2
New
Tahoes.
patrol, two new patrol vehicles?
Yes.
If you were,
Additional ones, not like replacement ones?
they are
So
replacement.
we've
if I
had
may.
some accidents.
Yeah.
They've had some
It's been
accidents.
a good year.
For accidents. I saw the loss report.
Yeah, we've had a
So
few.
2 of them,
Um,
so 2 of them that are been damaged to replace?
2 of our cars were damaged beyond recognition, and a detective car that was crashed. And if you recall, last Thursday, Sheriff Zukowski made a comment that he had contacted Tim Lally, and they had a couple vehicles that were purchased for another department, and the department didn't take them. And they're being sold as kind of a used new vehicle. And
I missed that part of the conversation.
and they're
I don't remember that.
they're fully equipped, and they're holding them for him in the event we're able to get them for him. So
Silly question is when we trash a police vehicle, does our insurance money pay for that, or is that are these lease vehicles that we're replacing?
So it depends. It depends is my best answer on that.
Give me
I
what
know
depends
a little
means.
lawyer-like, no disrespect, just saying.
Yeah.
But
Give me
it's true.
depend-
It
I
does
don't
depend. Some of them, if they're a total loss,
Mhm.
we're going to get a check for what they value the vehicle
Mhm.
at. If it's not a total loss, the insurance company is going to pay for the repair, less the deductible.
Correct.
So it's gonna depend on which situation as to what we are looking at. Generally speaking, they would be replaced at the time if we had a total loss. So I do not have all the facts straight. So I don't want to do a whole
So-
lot of
so
talking
you
when
just
I don't have
said-
it straight in front of me.
Beyond recognition, that's pretty
I
trash.
think they're bad. Yeah.
But aren't they still driving them? Cause I heard him say something that
2
I
of
did
them.
hear.
Well, that was the unmarked car. Yeah.
Unmarked car.
They couldn't put a prisoner in one door because it's.
The one door doesn't open. That was new. I hadn't heard that one yet. But nonetheless, if there's a need, there's a need.
So you're waiting for information from the sheriff's department?
Yes. I don't have everything that I need. I do have the 2 quotes. I don't have, a resolution for purchase.
What are those, if I can ask?
The quotes.
The quotes, okay, sure, they're from, Tim Lally Chevrolet. One is for $43,327, another one is for $54,123. And these are for 2023 Tahoes. Let me see here. So it includes, I don't see necessarily any upfitting, but it does include, here, I'm happy to send them over. How's that? You're much better than I am, I'm sure. I don't do cars.
Yeah, cause I was just gonna say, did it have the price for the upfitting?
I saw a grill.
But not.
Something with the grill.
So that's an additional.
They've got all the, good.
Cause we'll
do
need
you
the
think?
total amount for the
I mean,
upfitting
they
and
were
all
just,
that.
just all the things that,
I kinda just
No,
wanted to get it
it's
on
got-
your
it's got-
radar.
Yeah, it's got
Um,
everything but a computer.
and then that'd be,
Yeah, this is everything but a computer. So it does have,
has all the police package.
yeah, push bumpers, key code, grill lights and siren,
Maybe just have to a little bit. Cause I think they upgraded, all the vehicles were like $10,000 or $11,000 to get all the bells and whistles on them that they needed.
yeah. Yeah, and they are holding that, just so everyone knows, for the sheriff. Mr. Lally was very, very nice to even say, hey, I got these sitting here. The department that ordered them isn't taking them, and he's got a list of people here for him, so.
Okay. So you'll bring this back next week then with more information for us to make a decision?
Resolution?
I certainly can, sure.
Okay, thank you.
In accordance with Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G6, the Board of Commissioners move into executive session to discuss details relative to the security arrangements and emergency response protocols for a public office. If disclosed of the matter, and discussion could reasonably be expected to jeopardize the security of the public office.
I will second.
Roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. And Elaine, we're gonna ask you to leave again.
I heard,
Okay,
heard the word.
everybody actually.
We're part
Exact-
of it.
You're
No, they're
part-
part
oh,
of
you're
it.
all part of it?
All of it.
Yes,
Oh,
they are.
geez.
to
Yep.
come out of, oh,
You got to start.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Any action?
No action. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Cameron.
Yep. See you guys. Bye-bye.
I'll send an email out to everybody. I think so. I think I'm
Thank
next.
you.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm next. Am I
Shady, you're up.
next? Okay. Okay. I have some discussion points before I do my project updates.
Okay.
The jail doors, we, at one time decided that they'd hire their own maintenance person that was gonna get trained in the jail doors. I don't know if they're gonna move forward with hiring somebody still out there to do this, but I'm very nervous about the jail doors. The jail doors previously, maintenance was in charge of them, I'm talking like 20 years ago. And nobody was technically trained on stuff. They thought they knew what the oils were and all that sort of stuff, and it didn't. And we have all new doors in our new areas, and everything was fixed during the jail project. With that being said, I didn't believe that there was anybody that worked on the jail doors. I mean, Michelle could tell you about these jail doors. The companies you'd have to bring in from Indiana to work on the jail doors because they had to be certified in them. We have a company that is certified in the jail doors.
Locally or?
Locally. He's local. We actually have used them one time already for some issues that we had with the jail doors. With that being said, it's very costly. It's anywhere from $800 to $1,000 if you call them out because you're paying for their man hours like crazy. I said, how much would a service agreement be if you service these, make sure they're properly oiled, make sure the sliders are right, everything that's involved with jail doors, to come out 4 times a year and actually touch every single jail door, every swing door, every rolling door, everything. So they came back with a cost of $64,000 for a maintenance agreement for a year.
Per year?
For a year.
64,000?
Yes.
Good God.
So my question is do you want me to go along with a maintenance agreement or on an as-call basis? My problem is I can have like 5 or 6 doors start going bad because they were installed at the same time because you're not maintaining them. So
Well, we have a lot of doors to repair for $64,000.
there's over 200 swinging doors and over 20 sliding doors that they have. So I'm talking all jail cell doors that they're maintaining. So it just makes me nervous. So I said, give me a cost because I don't want there to be an issue.
So that would be unlimited. We call, they come out?
Well, they're already going to be on a schedule. So quarterly, they're coming out. So let's say they come out in January, then they're coming out in April, then they're coming out in July. But they're coming out, and they said they can take up to 6 weeks to go around to every single door each time. You're paying for man hours, really.
Yeah. 64,000.
So when we started this, I think when I got here, they were talked about they wanted to hire somebody.
Yes, they
So-
were approved to hire a maintenance person.
Have they hire a maintenance person? I think we've talked
It's
about
different.
that.
And
Was
in their
different
job
than
description, it stated that
they had to be certified for doors.
if not, they would be sent out for training on the jail doors with who the installer was, and don't quote me on who that
Okay.
was.
So they have
It was
not
Polly
moved forward on any of that for the last 3 years.
No. But, and a lot of times when it comes to this, it falls on maintenance.
Yeah.
If something happens.
Right.
So.
Do we know why they haven't? Maybe
I don't.
we gave them
Good.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
To be fair, they did have someone in mind, but that person decided to stay with where he was employed.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Oh, that's right.
they
Okay.
did have one person in mind, but it didn't quite work out for them.
They were not certified in doors as well. They would
But
have
this
had
person
to
was
have
not
been.
certified in
Well,
doors.
I
that is
know.
correct.
I wonder when you hear that takes such a specialty group that we'd want to clump that even under a general maintenance doesn't make sense to me because they're not experts in it
Right.
and they're going to be doing everything else. I mean, look how often your guys go out there.
And we do
now.
not work on the jail doors.
So
I won't
for,
let them
for
we'll call
me,
people out.
it's a mute
Too much
point
of a
to think that we're
liability.
going to hire a maintenance person that can also
Do jail doors.
do the jail doors.
They would have to physically go out and be trained from the company that installed the doors.
And I can tell you, since I've been here in 14, those jail doors are chronic problems.
They're
Even
always
once
used
we got the new
constantly.
ones with the new pie, I mean, it is always, they just automatically unlock.
So
Not had that.
so your thought is to move forward
Not
with.
now, they don't do that, but yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
Well, we did fix that.
We fixed
Okay.
everything. That was, but I don't want to, I want them to stay that way. That's my whole point.
Your thought is hey, get the contract?
I think so.
Sure.
I mean, it's a lot of money,
It's a
but
lot of money, but
Sure.
Opinion.
I
Yes,
think.
yes, no.
if
no.
we
I
call
think it's a lot of
Indiana to
money,
come out,
but-
it's like $3,500
So where,
just
is
for
that
them to
coming out of
come.
our maintenance budget?
Yes.
I love to hear that. I'm sold.
Yes.
Look at you guys. Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
All right, you got it.
Okay, thanks. Okay, my next is security bids. We went out for bid for security services, and we've got the parent low is A&A Services.
A&A?
A&A Services. They're actually known worldwide. They gave us a lot of references, and I said I want Ohio references, and I got 3 out of the 4 responses, and they really like the responsive. If they have an issue, the responsiveness. Like if you have an issue with a guard and they're just not working out for you, they immediately take action, and they'll replace them if they're not working
Where are
for
they
you.
located?
They are actually located, I think they're based out of Florida, but they have a Cleveland branch. I can give you their contact
So they
information.
came in,
They're the parent, within, because they got a copy of our service contract, so they know what we pay. And this is strictly for armed guards. We had them strictly bid
For
armed guards
armed,
this time.
yeah.
We're just, when you
Yes.
don't do armed guards, it's a problem.
Big rampant down there.
It's a problem, so, well, even if, it doesn't matter, as long as they're armed.
what about some of our employees, or the employees down there now?
I did call them and ask them if they are willing to take on employees that would be willing to, if they wanted to, and they said, yes, they're willing to work with us on any aspect. So, they're about comparable to what we're paying currently with, St. Moritz.
So how many bids did we get on that?
4.
Who else?
I didn't bring them,
Why?
I'm sorry. You want me to, I can send it to you.
Shannon.
I'm sorry. I did not bring, I just brought the parent low bidder in,
Did
so.
Jumbo,
It says here they're out of Philadelphia.
Well, they have, the one they sent me was from Florida, so I don't know if that's their salesperson.
They're
that
open
does
right now.
that. You wanna call?
No.
The lady was very knowledgeable. She was very, any issues that the commissioners had with requests or anything. And I also, what I did put in the bid specs, it was for a 1-year term with option to renew if we wanted to. Because you can still get out of it within a 90-day grace period if you don't care.
I was just
So,
gonna ask you if we still had that in there.
Yeah, you know, but I can send you all of
Maybe.
them. The other ones were significantly almost $6 higher an hour.
Wow.
My concern obviously is the safety of the people and
Yes.
the people that come and go.
Mhm.
What kind of references did you get from them?
I got from Parker Hannafin. They do Save a Lot. I got discount. They had Drug Mart. They had Chem Oil Energy. That one was out of Pennsylvania that I had called. They're basically Lakewood, Cleveland areas where a lot of their
Parker Hanford's
people are right
Pretty
now.
big.
And I talked to the head of security there, and they had a crisis during Thanksgiving, and they said they stepped right up to the plate, and they were
Good.
so.
That's good.
Yes,
All we
Go
can
with
do
it.
is give them a go, right?
Yep,
And then,
absolutely.
okay.
Oh, our stairwells.
Okay, so on my list for the last 5 years have been to fix all of the stairwells of the admin building and paint them. Have you ever walked in the stairwells?
Oh, yeah.
So, I got a quote. This was I went out of 2. For all of the stairwells, there are 2 stairwells that go to all the way to the 8th floor. We call it the 8th floor the penthouse. There's 2 staircases that go to the 3rd floor, and there's 1 staircase that goes to the 4th floor. So that's all about what they do. And it's $39,000 to paint all of them. They have to build scaffolding to go up. They will work around our schedule because we'll
Are
have
we
to
paying
shut
for
up.
that scaffolding?
Yeah, can we
I'm
keep
pretty
it?
sure.
we're
I'm
gonna use
pretty
the other
su-
one.
I'm pretty sure it's in the specs.
Can we
here.
keep it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was
I
in
think
their
we should
cost.
have had our names donated by the
Mhm.
commissioners.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, go ahead.
so that's what
Yep.
it's part of my project maintenance, but I just wanted to put it on, you'll see it
Absolutely.
on my
You buying?
list. I'm
She's
buying
buying.
What color are you gonna paint them?
I
Pink.
was
I don't like that
calming.
color now.
pink. I was just gonna do a light gray to go off of what we're doing, so. It's just gonna
Floors
be
look
like
good.
a lighter gray. What's that?
Floors look nice.
Don't they look good?
Yep.
They're gonna touch up all the paint along the hallways, and then we're
Yeah,
also gonna
those.
paint the bathrooms, cause now they
Mhm.
are dingy yellow now looking, so,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, now I just only have a couple of project updates since I was here on Thursday.
Were you?
I was, don't you remember?
No.
She said gray. They went with gray.
Like a lighter gray.
I don't like that dingy.
The-
green color
The
now.
county cream.
Well, 'cause everything
We call it
else
the
is
county
fresh.
cream.
Everything else is so
I
fresh.
thought she had a sore throat.
Dirty real quick.
I do have a sore throat. It's feeling better, cause
Only
I,
that's needed, she hasn't spoke.
does anyone have any more cough drops? I ate all
No,
those. I ate 3 of them.
How about, better,
Okay, on the first page of the administration building, I just have that we've done the main floor area and that is complete, so that will get taken off. On page, you go all the way to page 4.
4 looks good.
Yeah, it really does. I
It really
think
makes a
it's-
difference, really like perks up that, brightens it up.
Oh, I know. It was, it's a continuation of the prosecutor's office on page 3, but page 4, we are done with those windows. They did a leak test. They sprayed all sorts of water on them for at least an hour with a hose at every angle. They took an infrared light in the offices, especially the bad ones, to see if there was any water in the walls that showed a massive amount of water. They did not. They are taking down that scaffolding today.
Can they come look at our planters out there in front of the admin building that's leaking? You know, the leaks.
No, yeah,
Next.
just move
Never
on.
mind.
Next.
Move,
So wait a minute.
move on.
That we
Ravenna
can't find.
Courthouse, they replaced the parking lot. They're adding the additional light poles. They're supposed to be installed December 18th. I did not put Zach's for the landscaping. You know how they still have to put those caps on there? They're
Yeah.
still being made
Okay.
because they just didn't have enough when they did it, and then that will be complete.
So the cap that's going on, those little hooks that,
Those are taken
Those
off
are
and they're
gone?
plugged.
Okay, then.
They won't look like, I already asked
Okay,
that. I was
right,
like,
yeah.
those aren't staying, are they? He said, no, that's just how they have to pick them
'em
up
up, right.
to place them on.
okay.
And then the Otis, the cabin, the main elevator at the Ravenna Courthouse, is to be completed by the end of December, and the start date of the jail elevator will be January.
Wow.
Cool.
And I believe, hang on, yep, that's all I have.
Oh, that's exciting.
Nice.
And I see Judge Gilletto's office space is slated for the end of December to start.
Yes, the problem is the vending machine is in that room.
Mhm.
The vending machine itself is in that room, and I need an elevator to get it out of there. So until that elevator's done, I really can't start in
You
there.
can't put it by the steps and slide it down?
I don't think that's a good idea. Probably a workers'
It
comp
would work.
issue.
Well, Tony said he'd just
Did?
come and pick it up.
Oh,
He
did
just
he?
wanted
Oh,
damaged
okay.
machine.
I have to, I don't know if the vending company would like that very much, but
Have you seen the muscles on him?
I know.
Just carry it.
hey, Tony, if you can do that, I'll get it in there sooner.
I was talking about
Just sign a
sliding.
waiver before.
No, no ma'am, no waiver.
And I just have a
You
couple
know,
resolutions.
your voice
done?
is not
I'm
sounding
done.
good.
All right.
Oh!
Go ahead.
May I-
I'm all
may
done.
I-
You're all done?
may I
I'm done.
start?
May I?
Yes, you may start.
Resolutions.
Wait, oh, he's
The
got.
Board
One
of
second.
Commissioners agrees to enter into an amendment number 1 for supplemental transportation services with Portage County Job and Family Services and A Blessed Path, known as Scenic View Transportation.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with Portage County Job and Family Services and Addis Healthcare South Carolina, known as Arcadia Home Care and Staffing, to provide home aid services to eligible adult protective services clients in Portage County.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Make-
Yes.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with Portage County Job and Family Services and Portage County Guardianship Services Board to support appointment of public guardianship for adult protective services referral.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion, Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into a residential lease agreement with Portage County Job and Family Services and Summer Gilletto.
I'll second.
Mike,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Tony.
Roll call. What is summer? Oh,
That's a girl's name.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Did you need something?
Okay.
Where is that?
I don't know, that's Joe.
Do you know?
For their contract. Do you know where
Yeah,
that's
they
at?
have several rentals. She's an agent for Jack.
Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, I know she has an office at the corner.
But
Used
they
to.
have them all over,
No, no.
so I don't know.
No, there's a telephone store still there now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's
I think
pretty-
Michelle
Facebook
had
there.
something she
Facebook
wanted to
might get out
comment
more.
on.
Yeah.
Did you guys vote on that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yes, I just wanted to make sure that update your project list, Shannon, to include. And speaking with Kelly Jo, she is interested in the, current area of the, Veterans Department. However, it's gonna take about a year before she can move in there. due to you need HVAC and you need several things done over in the, am I right? Annex
9 to 12
building.
months.
So currently, she cannot take on that area, so she's gonna go ahead and sign a lease with, Skip
For 1 year?
for 1 year. And then we can revisit that, but
That is
letting
true.
you all know and put it on record,
That is
true.
she is interested in that area,
The HVAC takes forever
but it's gonna take a while.
to order
that's
the
like
units
huge,
in. The
too.
units that they get in take forever. And I don't know why.
Well, that'll be good.
Every
And
meeting
that'll
I
be
have,
convenient for
all
her
the
too,
HVAC
to
people
have
are
it.
complaining.
Oh,
I just wanna make sure we
So
put
you
it on
thi-
hold for her.
when do you think
Yeah.
the annex building,
9 to 12 months from now. So hopefully at this time next year or before. Until I know when those AC or HVAC units and the boiler and all that are coming in, I really don't have a promise date. I did try to tell, Veteran Services, this is the story, so he
Okay.
wouldn't be caught off guard.
okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Anybody else have anything? Cause I have a question. That we received an email from Veteran Services. Everybody get a chance to read that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. What do we think?
Well, first of all, I think we need to look into it because there's a process for them. He's right, he has access to an inside millage that is automatically given.
Right.
It's not like the voters vote on it or whatever, but there was a process in place that they would have had to have followed in order to make that request. And I haven't heard what the amount is that they are actually entitled to, because there's the inside millage and then they get a percentage of that, because there's other things that come out of that millage.
So I do have that information, I don't have it ready right now, I'm sorry, I
go
wasn't
over,
sure we were
yeah.
gonna go it right now. But, what I would say is, the immediate research that I did, you are right, they are entitled to a percentage of that. However, it's done in May along with our tax budget, which is the revenue budget.
Right.
So we've already missed that, so it's a little, we would have to, take a look at that.
See, my problem is, they missed it, whoever missed it, that money came to the county for that purpose.
Yeah,
Correct.
but that's what happens if they don't use it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So apparently the director prior did use money for that. So we've got a gap that it was supposed to be done in May, now it's December. So that money was still there, that was their money to be utilized.
Well, it's not really,
It's not
doesn't really
theirs.
work like that.
Yeah.
They have access to it, doesn't mean we just hand them.
Doesn't the ORC say that will be taken out, that 0.25% for that department?
So again, they have access to it, yes, they,
Correct.
let me, again, I'm not an attorney, but they will be, taken out, that is correct, but it does not say and handed directly to the Veterans Department.
Nobody ever said that.
So-
That isn't the conversation. The conversation is they have access to that
That's
money.
what I said, yeah.
Up to
Right.
that amount.
Up to that money. And their board approves it, we get a chance to look at it, and
And we decide if that's what we're gonna to do.
Well,
that's where my disconnect is.
Yeah.
We decide, it doesn't, from what I've been able to read, it doesn't say they have to present it to us, but does
They
not
do.
say we have the authority to stop them of
So,
spending the money that the
I'm not really
state said.
prepared for this
Yeah,
discussion,
I
I don't
understand
have
that.
everything
Yeah.
together.
But this is
We
a
need to
conversation.
circulate it, because it's not cut and dry. It's a little more of a process
So,
than what's being presented.
are they, do they have a right to it? Sure, but it has to be fair and reasonable, in which this Board of Commissioners decides what's reasonable. That's what I'm trying to say, but again, I do not have all of this together, so I'm not prepared to have this discussion, so I
I'd
don't
like
wanna
to have
get
that
anybody
discussion.
inflamed or upset, because I don't
I
have
think
it
we need to
straight
look
yet.
into it.
Yeah, we need to
I
have
mean,
that
we
discussion.
can look into it, but we gotta be careful, cause there is a process, and it is lined out in the Ohio Revised Code, cause here's the other thing. Their board has chosen for many, many years not to fully utilize it for whatever reason. And it doesn't carry over. They
No,
either,
nobody said it carried over.
Yeah.
And if
they
it doesn't use it, it goes into the general
General
fund and
fund.
stays there. I get
Yep.
that part.
Yep.
So because it has been done the same way for years and years and years and years, does not mean that what has been done was proper.
Sure, we need to clean up the process.
There,
to
there
be
sounds
fair
like
to
there's
them.
some pretty serious
Absolutely.
errors in how
Yeah.
it was been done. Okay,
And,
alright,
and to that, I would just add that a lot of that, I don't think it's necessarily on our side of it. I think it has to do with their board.
I agree, completely
And
agree.
so, unfortunately, he's coming into something that, you know, just like us, we get stuck dealing with prior board's decisions. And so,
Absolutely.
I just wanna make sure though, we are following the process, even if we've messed the guidelines and stuff. It's an educational thing, especially cause he's new.
Right, and I've had this
So,
discussion with him about
yeah.
the process, and he's trying to learn as well.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
is.
looking
He's
back
got a
as
lot.
we've all looked at previous boards and said, why'd heck you do that? And he's just saying, okay, is there anything else coming before the board?
Not as a-
Yeah. Oh, yes, we got public comment. We can't,
Oh, I'm
we
sorry.
got a recess till 11.
Reassess till 11. Thank you.
You're getting all excited over here.
Yeah.
You must have
Good, we'll
someplace to
take-
go today.
I'm-
You are
I
like
needed a nap.
smashing us along.
At 4 o'clock in the morning, getting up is just, you know,
recess. We'll
Okay, our reconvene as Board of Commissioners. Is there any public comment at this time?
Yes, sir, there is.
Yes.
From
Come on up, Miss
Elaine
Elaine.
Cross.
Ms. Lane Croft,
Do I
good
need to
morning.
sit down or do I
You
just
sit,
stand?
stand, whichever you
Whatever
prefer.
you prefer.
I'm not gonna be here that long, so.
Okay, you can stand.
Okay.
I just wanted to come and first, thank you guys for all the work that you do. I know it's difficult at times and disagreements aren't always, you don't always agree everything, but you work through things. I appreciate that. I appreciate your service. I appreciate that we have people who are willing to stand up and fight for what they think is right, even if the other commissioners don't agree. So that's how our government was designed to work. I come before you because I want to let you know I'm running for the U.S. House District 14, which represents all of Portage County. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's a lot of dysfunction in our government, and leadership starts at the top. Leadership in D.C. is part of that. And I don't think the representative that is there now is a horrible representative. I just don't think he's a great representative. And I think we're in a time in our country where we need somebody who's willing to stick their neck out when you need to stick their neck out for the right thing to do, because it's the right thing to do. Take in consideration issue 1 here in Ohio. I'm not happy about how it worked out. It was not a good solution to the problem, but it's a state's problem. There's already talk on Capitol Hill of creating a national standard with respect to abortion and abortion rights and whatever. And frankly, I feel like if it's not in the Constitution, it belongs in the states. And freedom is messy, and the states are gonna have to grapple with that. And it's gonna take several years for the various 50 states to grapple with how that actually looks. And I don't think Ohio's done grappling with how that looks for the long term, but it's not a federal issue. And it's not something that needs to be dealt with at the federal level. It is something that needs to be done at the state level. There's other things as well that are being done at the state level that are best done at the county, city level, let alone the state level. And we need strong people in DC to do that. What I want from you is an open dialogue. I want to hear from you how, the federal government is getting in your way in places that you think don't fit in the Constitution and should be reserved for the states and for the county level, so that I know where to focus the energy, because I am not into the minutia that you are, dealing with some of the things you've already discussed today. How the funding comes from Ohio. Well, how Ohio gets a lot of their funding is from this federal government, because the federal government levies taxes against us, takes the money, skims off 20% or so to process it like any middle manager does, and then decides how much each state gets. And like the Department of Education, I think if we taxed our money for the education within the state of Ohio, and certainly within the counties, our counties all tax for their education, the cities all tax for their education, but somehow the federal government gets part of that money, and it makes no sense that that should go all the way to DC and then be filtered back how DC decides to filter it back. The state should decide how that money gets spent, the state should collect that money, and then the state should allow the local jurisdictions, such as Portage County, to be more in control, not less in control. So that's the kind of stuff I want to focus on. Our country is at a precipice, and we are really teetering on the edge. This isn't the first time, it won't be the last time. But we need people that are strong and that are willing to listen. I want to listen, so I want to hear from you, I want to talk to you, I want to understand more what the federal government is doing to get their hands into your business and to make your business a little easier for the people. So.
Okay, thanks, Lane.
Yeah,
Thank you
Thanks
for
for
coming
coming in.
and sharing with us.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
being our guest today.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you very much.
You
Good
all
luck.
have my number, I think.
All right, I
I
think
did
so.
not put it on the paper because I'm not sure if that's a public record or not, so
Yeah.
if you don't have it,
Okay. I believe I have got it.
the rest of you do, so. Feel
Thank
free
you
to
very
reach
much.
out.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's it. I
All
think
right,
I
thank you,
was
Linda.
public-
Have a great anything else. Cassidy, is there anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks for coming, Elaine.
Yep.